Hey, welcome to this evening's live. So last week I said that every Monday I would come on and talk about different things which have come up maybe in the week, etc. And this week I thought it would be quite apt to talk about the effects of healing. So yeah, when you decide to go for a healing session, so I know most of you have already either, I think, had a healing session before or been for a healing session. But when you decide to go for your first one, it can have effects on you. So it can affect you physically. So say, for example, you have a pain somewhere, you have some healing, that pain might dissipate, yeah? But it also has, if you imagine, okay, I was sat here talking all the words into the camera beforehand, like I always do, but none of it made sense. So I'm like, just click live, Lindsay, just click live. So I clicked the live button. And what it's like, this analogy, so it's a bit like from the stone into the middle of a lake or a pond, yeah, and having that ripple effect. So when you first go for any sort of healing work, be it Reiki, access bars, acupuncture, kinesiology, shamanic healing, whatever that first session is for you, will create this ripple effect, okay? So, like I said, you know, it can be anything. There's no set path to healing. There's no set way to do it. You find your way. You find the person that you're linked to. You find the person that resonates with you. You find whoever it is, yeah? So you go for that healing, and that is this stone landing in the pond, yeah? You've had your healing. And what you will find from that healing is that it affects those closest to you first of all, yeah? So you have your healing, that ripples to your friends and your family, yeah? That then maybe alters the relationships that you have. So for example, you might have had a friend that you've been friends with since you were born, since you were 2, since you were however old. But because you've taken this step into healing and getting rid of stuff that maybe doesn't serve you anymore, potentially then there becomes some friction in those friendships. There might be a friction in your relationship. There might be friction at work, yeah? Things that maybe you've lived with for a long time because you felt you've had to, or because you feel that you have a duty to be friends with that person or to be in that relationship, etc., might start to become more fractious, yeah? And the reason for it is that no matter what sort of healing you go through, if you think, right, that, I'm going to say, right, on a level. So say, for example, you, your friends and your family are all at exactly this level, yeah? Vibrationally and energetically, yeah? You go for your healing, and regardless of whatever it is, like I said, whether it is Reiki, shamanic healing, whether it's kinesiology, reflexology, acupuncture, whatever, you are doing work on you which releases stuff, which takes you from here, yeah, right? You're going to be you with this ring on. It'll take you from here to here, yeah. So that then becomes a bit of a divide between you, your family, your friends, your colleagues, work, etc. Yeah. The more work that you continue to do on yourself, you meditate, you go to yoga, you continue to have healing, it's going to just keep making you rise above and above and above. So your energy levels are going to be up here, and the people that you were friends with, that were your colleagues, that was your work, it's going to be down here. So you can see how there's going to be a disparity between you now and where you were with everyone else, okay? So just be aware that when you start on your spiritual journey, the more healing you do, the more work you do on raising your vibration, the higher your vibration becomes, etc., the further you will move from everyone else that you were on the level with. Does that make sense? So just be aware that people you might have known for a long time might suddenly disappear. They might get the hump with you for whatever reason, yeah, and disappear. They might block you, they might not contact you again. So just have that awareness about you before you decide to go for any sort of healing session, because any healing session that you have should help you to grow. It should help you to raise your vibration, yeah, which is what everybody's soul, basically, or everyone's spirit is here to do. And because you're going like this, if your family and friends aren't thinking, you know what, because they've had this, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to rise to their level. If they're not willing to do the work and to rise to the same level or the same vibration as you are, to understand you, to make room for you, etc., that's when you're going to find potentially some conflicts with these people. Like I said, so whether it's family or friends, you know, you're healing yourself, you're working on yourself. That's what we're here to do. We are here to heal our whole lives, past lives, ancestral lives, whatever it is, you know, etc. But I feel like when you have that awareness and know your relationships with others will change because you are changing, you are starting to vibrate on a different level to everyone else, then it makes it just so much easier to understand. Do you know what I mean? And to be able to step back and be like, you know what? I've done this work on me. I've had this healing, yeah. For whatever reason, me and them are conflicting. We aren't getting on. Does this relationship serve me? Do I get anything from it? Is it a one-way exchange? So, for example, you might have friendships or family where you give all of your energy to them, yeah, but you get nothing back. And there's only so long that we can keep doing that. And just because they're family doesn't always mean that they're the right people to have around us, especially when we're trying to grow and evolve spiritually. So I just wanted to come on here to make you aware that potentially as you heal, as you grow spiritually, your relationships are likely to change. So the people who are no good for you energetically, and who are no good for you spiritually, and who are no good for you to grow, will take a step back. However, because these people have stepped back, means that you have then created space for people to come in who are going to bring you positive energy, who are going to bring you enlightenment, who are going to bring you different things which will fill that gap. So sometimes we hang on to things and can be friends with people for a long time, or have a family that we feel we owe a duty to, or whatever that looks like for you. But sometimes it's like, actually, I need to let that person go. Do you know what I mean? Or they might have themselves just caused this massive uproar, for example, do you know what I mean, and be like exploded in your face. Yeah, oh my God, what did I do? But it's nothing that you have done. Yeah. So as you grow, we talk a lot about in the spiritual realm, and as spiritual people, we talk a lot about being triggered or triggering people. And what that means is that as you grow spiritually and you evolve and your vibration rises, then often what can happen is you speak with someone, again, maybe potentially family or whatever, or a friend or a colleague, and because it's like a bit of a reflection, I think. So, like I said, you've gone up here and they're down here, for example, and you might say something which triggers in them potentially like some sort of memory or something from the past, and they don't respect, they're not happy with who they are, so they take it out on you. So it's like, boom, sorry, you know, you pissed me off or whatever. So I think, so it's about being comfortable as well about who you are. So having the healing work done, like I said, whatever regard it is, will raise your vibration. And by doing that, you might bring about for others, you might trigger in others things that they're not potentially comfortable with in their life. So what they will do is they will take it out on you and be mean and nasty potentially, and say things to you where you're like, I haven't even done anything. So just be aware of that. The more work you do on yourself, the more you might then trigger stuff in others, which might mean that your social circle, your relationships, your friendships, your family, or whatever, gets a lot smaller. But it's because they can't deal with your vibration being raised, and they're not in that place to heal themselves or to want to heal themselves or to understand it. Yeah. So I just wanted to come on here to basically tell you that if you're embarking on this healing journey, if you've started on it, whatever, just be aware that your relationships will change, but it's not to do with you as a particular person. Do you know what I mean? So rather than try not to take it on board, try not to think, oh my God, she hates me or she doesn't like me. It's not about that. It's not that that person doesn't like you particularly anymore, or it's not that that person hates you or whatever. It's just that you've raised your vibes and their frequency and your frequency is like this. It just doesn't match anymore, okay? So my suggestion is to always say to the universe, right, if this relationship's meant to be, can we please work it out? Yeah, can we be able to sit down and have that honest communication? If not, just know that that relationship is no longer going to serve you, and that you will be clearing space for others to come in who are going to help you, who are more aligned energetically, who will basically serve you. Okay? I think that's it for this evening. So I will leave you with that, with much light and love, and I wish you well on your healing journey. Okay, see you later.